Father Anthony Zimmerman, Joseph P. Zimmerman, and Vincent Zimmerman. These are the living members of the class of 1935, and we'd like to mention the ones who have passed away, the class of 1935. Leo Huda, Lawrence Kaufman, Marianne Leushen Wilberding, William Smits, Zeno Smits, John Schulte, and Ann Wagman Friel. Now, if anybody would like to say something.
It's nice to be back here again this year, although we are missing quite a few from our class, but we enjoyed every year we had in the Catholic school. Thank you.
Thank you, Leona. If you would, now you could receive a certificate, and if you need some help there. The class of 1934. Leo Engel, Cecilia Pecci Schwery, Verena Smits-Schwarty, Joseph Schomer, William Schwarty, Victor Stoll, and Lorena Strucky Smits. And in the class of 1934, we have two members that have passed on, Herbert Goebbels and Joseph Jack Zimmerman. The class of 1934, would you please come up? And Bill and Vern Schwarty. Oh, he's representing, excuse me. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Would anybody like to say something, please? If not.
I just feel I'm so very, very fortunate to be here today because, well, then I'm just here.
Thank you, Marianne. Next, we have the class of 1933. Cleta Hudup Brinker, Leo Lonefeld, Laura Smits, William Zimmerman, Bernard Zimmerman, Sister Mary Ruth Wagerman. And the class of 33 that have passed on, Eleanor McMichael, Urban Smits, Marie Schomer Beeson, Joe Schwarty, and Edna Stoll. So if we have any of the members, would they please come up? Thank you. Would anybody like to say a word?
Hi. All I can say is that this is the best class that Sister Florcena could turn up. Thank you.
Well, she did her best, Barney. What the heck? Thank you. Now we have the class of 1932. Sister Rose Bloom, Marie Goebbels, Dorothy Kaufman McKeegan, Bernice Mom McCormick, and Agnes Pecci Chamberlain. And in the class of 1932, We have two members of the class who are not with us, John McMichael and Cyril Smets. So can we have the members of the 1932 class please come forward?
Boy, he's getting the Clyde Smith office.
How many classes were you part of?
Gene.
Somebody would like to say something? Werner, please.
All I can say, if Brother Syed be here, he'd be talking for an hour.
Just a second. Just get together. Okay, thank you very much. Now we're down to the class of 1931. Hilda Brinker-Schwery, Edmund Gieser, Alice Hoodup, Sister Rose Kaufman, Josephine Schulte Kwabaszewski, Joseph Strucky, and Cletus Zimmerman. And we have four members of the 31 class who have passed away.
Boy, aren't you glad
Lawrence Engel,
tortured your way up and
Antonio
down.
Hoodup, Emma Kaufman, and Alfred Smets. So if we could have the members of the 1931 class please come up. If we could, just get together a little bit with take a little picture here. That's right. He wants to show his best end. Would somebody like to say something about the class of 31? Okay, Joseph.
As soon as I got up here, they says, "You were a teacher, you can go and talk." Well, anyway, we were the charter class of this school, built in 27, and I had been out of the 8th grade for 2 years, but I went back because I wanted to have a high school education. And some of the rest of them were a little older too and had been out of school. But out of 11, there are still 7 of us living. I think that's pretty good because this year is 65 years for us.
Thank you, Josephine. The class of 1930. Percentage-wise, they had the most of the men that went to the seminary. You can figure it out already, probably. 1. 1930. Monsignor Michael Schwarty. And the class of 1930 who was passed on is Anthony Wagerman. His father Schwarty. Would he please come up? I said father, but I meant Monsignor.
Well, I've had a lot of schools to go to. St. Boniface here, Dowling College in Des Moines, St. Paul's Seminary, and Harvard University. And of all them all, the most wonderful place still is right here in this building. And right over here, seated, Father Duran.
Thank you, Monsignor. We're down to the last one. 1929. Sidonia Smith's book. And in the class of 1929, was passed on Edwin Geezer. So is Sidonia amongst us, or somebody that could represent her? Boy, that ain't her. I don't think, anyway. She's a granddaughter. Okay, would you like to say something?
I know Grandma would have loved to have been here, but she is at the home in Harlan. And I can remember many stories she's told us about Westphalia and the German heritage. And she was very glad that I married somebody from Westphalia, a good hoed-up family.
Except for Jim. Now that concludes this here part, but we would recognize any class, and I might be wrong, but if anybody has the 100% participation of the class of all the members that are here, is there anyone? Did they make it? I thought maybe 1958 or something.
99.9.
99.9? The guy driving the beer truck ain't here yet, huh? Okay. Why don't we give all the members of the classes that we honored tonight a great round of applause. They did a great job.
The next thing we'd like to do tonight is to recognize the oldest citizens of Westphalia. And that's kind of hard to do. We have a lot. I mean, we have some very good people here. And I think by recognizing the oldest ones, it's not just because we're paying respect to our senior citizens, but we're, in a sense, keeping alive part of that tradition, the oral history of what Westphalia is about, St. Boniface. So what we would like to do here is we've named and found out who are the oldest ones in Westphalia, and we will recognize those tonight. Two of them, unfortunately, will not be able to be with us tonight. Alvin Schmitz and Rose Zimmerman are unable to come. They are both in the home. So, but we do have two people we want to recognize who are here with us today, Olga Geezer and George Kaufman. So, before they come up,